This weekend, we are at Badger Kart Club for the Dairyland 8-hour endurance race. I will be on a team of 5 Ignite racers from the Gateway Kartplex, where we will attempt to drive the kart for 8 hours straight, only stopping for fuel and driver changes, and hopefully being the team in first place when the 8-hour timer hits 0. On paper, this seems pretty straightforward, but in reality,
we feel confident that we can win this thing today. We are in great shape. Things are going from bad to worse.
it was a whole roller coaster of emotions.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Badger Kart Club, somewhere in Wisconsin. There's a lot of cheese here. We are here today for a very special event for the Dairyland 8-hour endurance race. This is my very first ever race, more than like 10 minutes in an Ignite kart, so pretty big jump up. But we are not doing it alone. Today we are here with Krug Racing Services and Team Gateway Goodfellas. Yay! So we are going to be tackling this as a team of 5. You'll recognize all these guys from the Gateway Kartplex series, and you'll recognize this kart that we will be driving today. We spent some time testing this yesterday, and it feels very, very good, and the team is loving it, and we feel confident that we can win this thing today. We have been one of the strongest teams that's been testing for the 8 hours so far. So I think we have a genuine shot to win this, and this guy thinks it too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
Hello, I am Scott McClendon Jr., driver of the number 51 for Team Goodfellas Gateway Boys. I'm Seth Hanlon. I'm normally the driver of the Ignite 187, but I'm going to be participating in a team event today, 8-hour endurance race at Badger Kartplex. We got a team of 5 for the 51 kart provided by Krug Services. Looking forward to a really good day. I think we got a hot team.
I am James Mann, driver of the 51 for Krug Racing Services. Technically the Gateway Goodfellas. We're here at Dousman, Wisconsin for Badger Kartplex. 8-hour endurance race. It's going to be a good time. And Nathan behind the camera.
And this is Tommy Sherrick, who I completely forgot to interview because he was on track qualifying at the time. I'm really sorry, and I promise we'll hear from him more later.
Our Badger Kart Club track preview for today presented by Louis Balsamo. Basically how today's going to work today is not just going to be the endurance race. We are also going to have an hour-long practice session before the race. That is what we're about to do right now. That'll basically give us the opportunity to kind of get acclimated with the track conditions today, and it will also count as our qualifying for the race. Tommy, over here, is going to be our man to start the race, and he will be qualifying for us, and hopefully he can put us near the front. But it's an 8-hour race. Qualifying is a fart in a hurricane. Anything could happen, but like I said, this kart has been fast all weekend, and this team is super confident, and so I think we have a good shot to win this thing, but you have to practice first. Alright, the team's practice/qualifying session is done, and we were P8 out of the whatever number of karts there are in this class. The sole reason of that is because our kart was at weight, everyone else's kart was not. Apparently we misunderstood, and for this practice session, which I guess is also qualifying, apparently we didn't have to have our kart at weight, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But like I said before, qualifying isn't really the biggest deal in an 8-hour endurance race. That P8 is not really an example of the actual speed we have because most everyone else was underweight. The good thing is that everyone is pretty even on times given our weight differential. We didn't change the weight for each driver that went in. I was the one driver that did not go out. Considering everyone's weight difference, our times were pretty much dead even. The kart's feeling really good. Everyone is happy with the way the kart feels. And even though I didn't get any testing in today, I feel really confident from my performance yesterday, and I feel like we have the kart to win. Now, we get to start our very first ever 8-hour endurance race. It's not their first time. Seth and James did this last year. Scott, Tommy, and me are doing this for the very first time. But I'm super excited, and in just a few minutes here, we're gonna get things going. It's gonna be like a Le Mans style start, kind of like what Quincy was, but Scott is gonna run across the track and start Tommy's cart. While he's in the carts start dead. And so that'll be interesting. There's the announcement. Race is about to start. Let's get into it. Tommy did a hell of a job on that start. Got made up from that starting issue. P5 right now. Or actually, yeah, P5. Doing an amazing job right now. And like I said, our priority is consistency. We don't necessarily need to be the fastest kart on track. We just need to be in the right place at the right time and stay out of trouble. Unfortunately, it looks like one of our soldiers has already fallen victim to an issue, and that would be the number 5, Louis Politano at the wheel. Unfortunately, it looks like we have some problems a couple laps into the race, so that sucks.
We don't need no weekend meals. We wanna bang our heads into army threats, getting torn into shreds by grenades and gasoline. The louder the better. Hard rock and heavy metal never settle for less. Tattooed on my chest. I was never a sex machine. You were never the homecoming queen. But we smoked through, we shot through. We were playing funky from school. Hang on a quarter.
Alright, so Tommy is about to come in from his stint here in a minute. He put on an absolute masterclass, started 8th, fell down a little bit, and then made his way all the way up to the front. And after his pit stop, he cycled out a little bit further back, and we're running first on our strategy right now. There are a couple of karts that still have not hit yet, and we're like an hour and a half into the race, which is a pretty crazy fuel save. Seth is going to be the next guy to go in, and his job is going to be run as long as the kart will go. Once we get the fuel in Tommy's kart, then that thing is going to be pretty much full, and we are going to run as far as we can go, try and shorten the amount of stops we need to make for the end of the race. An absolute masterclass.
Yeah, I think
first stint.
just put on a clinic, it feels like.
8th to 1st in like the first like half an hour.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
I mean, I feel great, a little sore, but I wish it wasn't over for me.
Yeah, just want to drive more.
Great track.
Absolutely awesome. And let's hope Seth can follow that up. You ever wonder what we do when we're really, really bored at a racetrack? This is what we do. Seth is in. That was nearly an hour and 40 minutes he was out there, and he did a hell of a job. And fuel was almost completely ran out. Kept up with the people. He was actually catching the leader. We were within half a lap of him. What we're noticing is that the guy that is leading the race is running a bit of a different engine tuning setup. He's running the engine really lean, it sounds like. Either that or he's just running a really tall gear, because he's a lot slower, like getting going, than pretty much everyone else. So he's probably using that to save fuel and shorten the amount of stops that he's doing. Our strategy is pretty much going flat out, but obviously we still want to minimize our stops too. So that's why we had Seth do the stretch stint, and he did an amazing job. Now, James is going in, and he's going to go flat out and see where he can get us. So, Seth just finished up his stint. How was it?
It's an endurance, I'll tell you that. I did just shy of an hour and 30 something minutes, something like that.
Noah and James
quite tiring. I'm having an adrenaline dump currently. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I highly recommend this. The experience is phenomenal. For the $1 per fun amount you get out of this, you can't beat it. You just can't. Come out with us next year if you got time and the ability. Hit up Bobby. You know, let's make a presence here.
You heard him. You got to come out to this. I love these kind of events where you just kind of get to do something different from the regular stuff.
And it's so casual. It's very casual.
Everyone's having fun. That's the big thing.
Yep. There hasn't been one argument with anybody.
Nope.
Not any incidences really. So
yep.
Really cool place.
Nobody on the team's put a wheel wrong all day. We've been competitive, and I think we're the class of the field right now. So we're in good shape.
Boom.
He's going to try the same thing as Seth. Go as flat out as he can, but also try and go as far as he can until the thing runs out of fuel. So we'll see how that works out. Krug.
How's it going, Nathan?
It is going great. It feels good to actually be winning a race, at least right now.
What was the question?
Take two.
What's up, Nathan? How are you? Are you ready to go out?
I am doing great. I am not ready to go out.
You still got a little bit of time.
I thought it was going to be colder today.
It's getting warmer.
It is.
But it's still beautiful.
Yes.
Still a really nice day. The breeze is great. I think the team's doing really good at this point. You know, we're about 3.5 hours in, almost to the halfway point. The team's doing really good. I'm super happy with everything. Excited to see how you do out there. You were really good yesterday in testing, so I think we got a really strong start and a really great chance at finishing off really well.
As long as I don't stuff it in the pills, I'll call it a success.
12 seconds later.
All right, I'll call this my halfway update because it's just about 2 o'clock. But literally just now, the team that was fuel saving just ran out of gas. They are stuck and stranded. They've been going for about 5 laps now. And so James is, like I said, is the leader on our strategy. And effectively, with that guy out, we're in the lead of the race. So we are in great shape, and all I got to do is put down a good stint, and for Scott to finish strong, and we win the stint. Pit cycles are continuing as James is continuing with his stint, and we have cycled back up to P1, so we are back where we need to be, and if we can just stick here for the rest of the race, then we can win. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys, there is a $1,000 cash prize for the team that wins the race. So, if we win, I get some money. I don't get all of it, obviously, but pretty cool. The other two teams had a couple of hiccups near the beginning, but aside from that, all three of us have been super, super strong all day long. I think that we are running first, and I could be wrong, but I think Team Fast Cats is running second. So we are right now 1-2 for Team Bobby Krug. And pretty soon, I'm about to go out, so it's almost Indiana Ale time.
Up and out!
My turn. I don't think I got it on camera, but just finished my stint, and in the middle of my run, the chain popped off. So we lost a few laps. We didn't lose that much time, since all we had to do when we got back in the pits was just put the chain on, and we were only out there for like a couple minutes waiting to be retrieved. So we may still have a win on the cards. It's just going to be a much bigger task than it was before. My biggest thing is I need to work on my consistency. Like the amount of times that I was like running wide or missing apexes or going completely off track is just unacceptable. And that's probably part of how the chain popped off. It's just beating the curbs and going off track so much, it just knocked it loose. That sucks, and it's especially bad today because in a way it kind of feels like I let down my team, making all those mistakes that eventually put us back a lot. But, you know, it is what it is. I spent a lot of time running with Bobby. We had a train going. That was a lot of fun. And we were both running in the 54.7s, so that's pretty good. But, yep, it is what it is.
Like, cranked it and then went, or like got really deep, just rotated it, and because I was trying to be too smooth.
It felt like for a while I was just doing like 10 different things. My cart was very washy, near like from like the middle of the stint onwards. So it was very easy.
He said his cart was very washy. What does that even mean? I think he meant to say loose. We'll have to teach him to use words.
Quick update, things are going from bad to worse. Chain popped off yet again. So now we have a reoccurring issue with the chain. Part of that is probably because one of the sprocket guards got knocked off, probably from me. But yeah, just not awesome. At this point, the win is long gone, so that really sucks. And again, I feel like I have a lot to do with that, so I'm pretty sorry for that. But it's an experience. I'm glad I got to do this, and hopefully we can bring this thing back home in one piece.
Watch me go and bounce right back. Down for the count, but that hound strike back. It get like that. I don't wanna hear it, but you hit me right back. They talking, they told me take the L and move on. Heard it from somebody who's been taking L's their whole life. I don't know what you want.
We have made it to the final 10 minutes of the Dairyland 8 hour, and we are currently sitting 6th after our mechanical issues. A couple of karts have fallen victim to either running out of fuel or other problems. But right now, kind of seems like 6th is where we are. So Scott right here. Got all these lawn chairs down along the fence. And then at the very end you have couch and other couch because reasons.
Oh no, you never got the money.
Despite everything kind of falling apart for us in the end, it wasn't all bad for the team. The 05 team, the Fast Cats, managed to get 3rd place. So, podium. There's the team. And there's Bobby, who I was in front of for most of the time. Scott, 8 hours done. You drove the most out of all of us and probably suffered the most out of all of us. How does it feel?
My left shoulder hurts a lot.
So does mine.
I can't really raise it that high.
Yeah,
but
I'm suffering holding the camera right now. Yeah, we did finish. We finished P6 out of some amount of karts. Only like 18 laps behind the leaders. But, you know, given we had some extra pit stops and the chain decided to bail on us a couple times.
And the seat also broke.
Oh yeah, and I didn't show you guys that. The seat developed a mouth. Look in here. Look at this. Our seat.
Unless it's in the rule because it has to be.
There's a little hole in it. And that's what happens when you drive a kart for 8 hours and you put 5 different people in it that have 5 different parts. So, yeah, but we survived the Dairyland 8-hour, and good job. Good job, team. I want to obviously give a huge thanks to Bobby Krug and everyone at the Bobby Krug Racing Services team who helped do this for me, who gave me a great team of drivers. It's been fun all weekend long. It's a bummer. Obviously, we couldn't convert that into a win because I really feel like we had the kart to do that. But in the end, just here to have fun and to get a new experience. And I know when we come back next year, we'll be a lot stronger.
And Nathan was really quick, by the way.
I
Really
was
fast.
until I was not, and then.
Well, with
I
a track
changed
that he's never been to before, and first time endurance racing, I'd call that a win itself. Although it'd be better to win, actually. But next time.
I tried. I did my best.
He did his best.
Only went off track like 7 or 8 times. We call that a success for today, and we'll see you hopefully when I have a working go-kart and can actually start driving it again. So, see you next time.
They run wild around these parts. You just gotta be very aware that you might